this. Once upon a time, Gerald was sitting by his radiator when he felt his face get extremely hot. After a while, his face became burnt and gave him a facial disease. So then, he suddenly got on his bike, rode to the hospital, and, because he couldn't speak, he got the wrong operation. They cut off his balls. One day, a man named Arthur was smoking a cigarette whilst driving his car. He forgot to look at page 3 in his magazine, so when he got home, the door seemed to be opening by itself. Then he ate some cheese and later caught an STD. One day, Yoda was listening to the song Word Up whilst eating chips that were covered in salt and pepper. Later, he read a magazine. One day, a woman was pulling noodles out of her microwave and put them on some bread that had the crust cut off. Unfortunately, her shotgun was beginning to rust, so she hung herself. One day, Victoria Beckham was wearing some dirty skirties on her way to meeting the elected president. The Manchester dance team ran her over, and the Welsh football team stood, stared, and spat on her face. Then they all had a dance-off. Have you ever been on the Jimi Hendrix Experience? You can grow your own ginger muff, drink juice, play with my horse and My Little Pony, and even meet celebrities such as Gandalf the Grey and Buzz Lightyear's dad. One day, there were some old people watching television. They started flicking through the channels. On one, there were midgets and children, enough said. Another was Stephen Hawking, with a gun and banging around with it. I love how bricks are actually made of mouldy broccoli. What they do is run the broccoli over with a Ferrari and then strangle it with some shoelaces and then electrify it with a plug socket. Now you know how bricks are made. Mr. Chilver is still in the mass war of epicness between him and Bill Gates. They sometimes throw televisions at each other, screaming, "Deal or no deal is better," or "Lord of the Rings is better." It will rage for centuries. Jack Bailey always had a crush on Johnny Depp. Although Johnny's chicken balls taste of ice cream, it will always be a mass turn-on for the Smurfs. Mr. Beef Jerky was watching his ice hockey game that he recorded at the weekend. Then he gave up on that and watched Hannibal Lecter. Why he screamed at the movie, I don't know. One day, Stephen Fry went on a date with Courtney Cox. On the date, Courtney asked Stephen what country he came from. In a drunken stupor, he replied, French, lol. She dumped him the next day. One day, Darth Vader was touching Julian McKeith with the Force, giggity. Then the smelly fox came along with some McDonald's cheeseburgers, and they all ate McDonald's, happily ever after. Here are the 3 rules. Jacob's hair is sexier than Liam's baldness. Molly Peake's belly button tastes like sheepskin, and Chilver's awesomeness. End of story. Once upon a time in Lasertown, there was a choo-choo train that delivered sausages. Travelling on the choo-choo train is a pain in the bum. In case you didn't know, Lasertown is a small village in Halesworth. Jack Bailey gets a Woody over Black Ops. I heard it's quite hairy down there, and that he keeps a wristwatch and his pet octopus down there. Marge Simpson keeps some very dark secrets from Homer. For one, she is in a secret relationship with a penguin. Also, she got done by the Zohan whilst getting her local haircut. Although the Zohan looks very like Arthur's face, Monsters Inc. is awesome. One day, there was a chicken that made chips out of potatoes. The chicken enjoyed eating melted bananas on cooked fish. One day, Bagpuss, the giant, hairy, throbbing monster that lived on Penn Island with the Pokemon, decided to eat some minstrels whilst jizzing over a double rainbow. Pikachu enjoys Bagpuss jizz. Thank you for watching.